Alrighty. What is happening, you beautiful people? We appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate that one of the first comments I saw today was no question, just saying what's up. Hope life is great without Puka now. No, this is what's so funny about this. I truthfully don't agree with the reactions from like Sal and Mason on that trade. I personally think that Puka will be the reason if Danny makes the playoffs that he wins it all. Truthfully, like having a lineup of Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb, Aroma Dunze, it's okay that your running back room doesn't look great. You have 3 elite wide receiver options. So it genuinely pains me to not have Puka Nacua still. I hope you guys understand that. Like I know that he's not on my team, and it's going to be like week 9 onwards. Watching Puka Nacua is going to be such a sad experience. But there's a lot of people who have been obviously on my side of that trade. There's been people who have been on his side of the trade. What I find funny is people who are like, you're an idiot. Why would you trade away an elite receiver like Puka Nacua? I'm like, because I'm 2-4. It's funny because before I made this trade, people were complaining, you know what? Zach's just given up. He's not even trying. And meanwhile, they don't know that I'm sending more trades than anybody in the entire league. It's like, all right, so now that I've done something as a 2-4 team, now you're upset because I sent away Puka. It's like, you can't make people happy, can you? You just can't. But we appreciate y'all for being here. Genuinely, there is no time to waste today. We have so many questions because yesterday YouTube was down, if you guys don't know that.
Yeah, for real.
So we've got a lot of questions to get through. I believe super chats are off. We genuinely just wouldn't have the time to do them tonight. Now, if you guys want to enter today's giveaway, we'll do it at the very end of the stream. All you have to do to enter is like the stream and type TNF into the YouTube chat. All one word, obviously. But we are going to be answering all the questions on the Flock Fantasy site. You can check out the pinned comment if you want to get yours in. I'll also put one more link in there right now. But guys, we genuinely appreciate y'all for being here. What a crazy year of fantasy football. So many unpredictable factors. But let's jump straight into these start sits here with Nate. So he's starting Drake May, Jonathan Taylor. I would be going Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt next. CeeDee, Ladd, Warren at wide receiver. His last flex. For me, I feel like there's a risk no matter what you do here. And I think because we've already seen the upside of a Jameson, we haven't seen the same upside Jameson has brought with the Hendersons, with the Higgins. And that could happen this week, right? There's so much unpredictability to the game. But I think Jameson's the most fun what if in that lineup.
Yeah. Jameson, I have Jameson and T actually back-to-back in my rankings, so I'm not upset who you start. If you start T, make sure you put him in your wide receiver 2 spot there. But appreciate you, Nate. Jolly Green says, tough opponents this week on 501, safe or take risks. Well, I'm still going to start Jalen Hurts here this week.
Yeah.
At the wide receiver position, I see a name like Roma Dunze, and I see still A.J. Brown.
Yep.
At the flex option, I'm going to be starting most likely Jordan Mason, and then I'm going to go Wandale, probably.
It's either Wandale or Golden, but I
Golden,
don't love the matchup, as in like how much they'll be needed versus the Cardinals.
I have Wandale over Golden for sure this week anyway, so appreciate you. Sanjo Wool, he says, got H.N. Adams for Jetta Pollard last week, sitting at 2-4. Is Stafford my best streaming option? Got H.N. Adams for Justin Jefferson, Tony Pollard. Obviously we're not in love with the Tony Pollard side. I would still rather have H.N. and Adams.
I would too. Pretty easily. I'm sorry. Pollard is just not startable if you have any other options. But Stafford, your best streaming option. We can't see your waiver wire, my friend. But what I will tell you is in week 7, the overall consensus at quarterback, Jaden Daniels won. Okay. Don't give me hope now. Look, if names like Goff are out there, Daniel Jones, Love, Bo Nix, Darnold, I would start those guys. But if not, Stafford's a fine option. At running back 2, I think Warren.
Yeah, let me just triple check. Warren, I have Jalen. Actually, I have Rico technically, but I haven't changed that with Chuba. I had Rico 2 spots ahead of Warren. I don't think it's that big of a difference still, at least in my opinion, but the Warren's matchup is pretty favorable this week.
I go matchup based because Chuba looks like he's going to be playing, and even Rico came out and was like, it's Chuba's team, that doesn't mean that they're not going to heavily utilize Rico. I just think it's going to be a split. That's been my opinion for most of this week. Then at the flex spot, it's either Worthy or Brown for me. With, again, assuming Hubbard is healthy. If Hubbard's not healthy, I'll put Rico in. But I would probably lean Xavier Worthy here.
This is going to be, I was going to say, this would be Xavier Worthy for me.
Yeah.
Just like the matchup, and should be a high scoring game for them.
Yeah.
Hype here, Jalen Hurts at the running back position. You're going to start Gibbs. I am then going to be starting Rashad White over Stevenson and Ken Walker.
Yeah.
Then I see Brian Thomas, Ted at the tight end position, Jalen Warren, and then I'm going to be starting Ladd McConkey.
Yep. No, we're 100% in agreement on that lineup. And I think, yeah, I don't really want to start Ken Walker if I can help it. Judkins, Egbuka. I think I prefer Egbuka right now with the hamstring injury. Judkins. I prefer Judkins with Egbuka's hamstring injury, but it all comes down to your team. Like, if you can afford to wait on Egbuka, hamstrings are tricky, guys. Hamstrings are really tricky. You know, they could say, oh, it's not serious, and then he's out 3 or 4 weeks, you know. So you got to be careful with those type of things. But the thing is, if you lose, maybe you've already done this trade, because if this team loses Egbuka, they only have Nico and T-Mac.
Yeah. Not
much on the waiver wire. I think this is a pretty fair trade. I'm going to prefer running back because of how hard it is to find.
Yeah. I'm there with you.
If it was a healthy Egbuka, it would be Egbuka, but, you know, he's not healthy. J-Rod sending away DeAndre Swift for Smith and Bowers. I like this if you have a plethora at running back. And
he has currently Bijan, Etienne, Davis.
Yeah, that's not enough with, unless this trade has already gone through. And if it has, I apologize because we'd be reading it wrong. But
I would just say if the trade hasn't gone through, I would just keep Swift, just because you have Jake Ferguson, Travis Kelce still.
Yeah. And if you already did the trade, it makes sense. Actually, it doesn't, because your RB3 is Aaron Jones. Yeah, that's
I understand.
Risky, man.
It's in the same breath. Like, I understand why you wanted to do this, because you had Ladd and Jacoby and Jerry. Your wide receivers are really, really shot in a start 8, so it helps. But if anything, you should be trying to get you should be doing a 2-for-1 and maybe giving away. Actually, you can't. There's no one of value to do a 2-for-1 outside of Bijan, and we're not going to tell you to do Bijan. Anyways.
Okay, this is where things get a little interesting. Debo versus Johnston. I think I'm going to go Debo for sure. Johnston looks like he's going to play. Do you play him over Rashad or Cam? I don't think I do personally.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm there with you. I agree. I'm going to start Debo against the Cowboys.
And then at tight end, Laporta or Kittle this week. I think if Kittle's back, it's Kittle. Not that Laporta hasn't, been great, but if Kittle's available, he's going straight into my lineups.
Yeah, Kittle did. I think I'm trying to pull it up here on my phone. I saw something.
He's been practicing.
He has been practicing, but I wanted to know if there was more information about that. Ian Rappaport just says, sounds like George Kittle is back. That's all.
Yeah.
On why he thinks the running game hasn't clicked, and he says he plans to play on Sunday. Ian Rappaport retweeted that, and that's what it says. So I'll start George Kittle. I'm there with you.
And it's really tough to sit Rashad White and Johnston, but you just have too many good options. Hopefully that's helpful. Sidecar Eric, go ahead at quarterback. Fields or Rodgers tonight. With no Garrett Wilson.
Well, look, I'm going to go still. I'm just triple checking here. I'm still going to be going Justin Fields just because of the rushing upside, but I can understand why you wouldn't want to. Technically, I have Justin Fields higher even without Garrett Wilson because of the rushing ability. And then at the flex option, I'm not sure where you stand on that, by the way. You okay with that?
Yeah. You said Aaron? Or you said Fields, sorry. I was just looking at my rankings with Johnston healthy, my bad.
No, you're good. I said Justin Fields.
Look, I mean, I definitely agree that there's a safer floor. I just think between the two, I think Rodgers is the one that could blow up, but If you want to play it safe, I think it's Fields, oddly enough. But Rodgers is like every indication says he's a better play. But I do lean Fields with Badaki slightly. At running back, would you start Woody or Bam or Walker? I think I'm starting Woody over Walker personally.
Yeah, I'm starting Woody over him as well.
We can't predict what that's going to look like, but you're also in a situation in Seattle where it's a split backfield too, right? I mean, Charbonnet is just as valuable as Ken Walker at this point. In the flex,
yeah, in the flex is going to be
Josh Downs looks like he might miss with a concussion. I think you have to put Walker in there.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right. Samazin is starting Flacco, Jacobs, Swift, Debo, Jason, Fannin, and they're flexing either Mason, Brown, Ladd. It would be Ladd for me, but Johnson coming back, I probably still lean like in that Indianapolis matchup.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think this is what's really hard, because do you want the safety in Mason? What kind of feels like it. But technically the matchup's rough. Let's just go Ladd. I think Ladd's probably on there. Hopefully that helps. It's a tough one for sure. Next one here says Lost Neighbors and Marion Hampton Stevenson unreliable. Well, your best option here technically is Ramondre Stevenson. So you're gonna start him.
You're gonna have to start him. It's a good matchup at least.
At the flex here is going to be
wow, you have like so many just like, hey, might as well throw that guy in there and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know?
It's going to be between, look, this is my mindset right now. If obviously you have a lot, obviously Jordan Whittington is probably number one technically. But then if DJ Moore doesn't play, I think Luther Burden will be next. But he was practicing in a limited fashion. And then if Mike Evans still, even though he is practicing, if Mike Evans doesn't play, then it'll be Tez.
I think I'll move that up. Whittington here.
Yeah. So you have to keep an eye on all those guys, but Whittington is technically the best one. Ramen, he says, facing Dak and Daniels, do I pick up a quarterback for Allen's spot or start one of the remaining? If so, who?
Well, we don't have access to your waiver wire, but we can tell you our favorite flex in place of your quarterback, assuming it's super flex, right? With that last flex spot. So it would really be between McMillan and JCM. Look, I lean JCM. Obviously, like I said this in today's video, we cannot promise that a player will live up to expectations, but JCM's coming off career high in snap share, rushing attempts share, route participation. Chris Rodriguez isn't practicing much. Versus the Cowboys, I'll go JCM there.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Appreciate you, man. Frenchie at quarterback. If Purdy plays, it's Purdy for sure. If not, like Dart's okay with the rushing floor. It's just a really bad situation he's walking into. And tight end, this is Auten for me.
Yeah, this is going to be on for me as well. Technically, it'll be Michael Mayer next, but that's a tough one. And then it would be Cortland Sutton for me.
Wow, he's sitting Olave. Yeah.
Olave. It's a tough one.
Can you package? Yeah, because Bucky's not here. You need to have some depth through the buys. Yeah, that's tough, man. Good luck.
Yeah, appreciate you. And Kip. Okay, yeah, we did that already.
We did a team review yesterday. Yep.
Yeah. Drowsy. Maybe I don't know.
You said it right the first time.
Yeah, Nico Collins, Jordan Addison, and you're receiving Kamani, Rico, Michael Pittman. I'm going to say no to this.
Yeah, hard pass for me. Again, guys, you got to make your call on Rico Dowdle. My call is when Chuba Hubbard is back. It's a split backfield at best for him.
You're getting two guys going into the split backfield there.
Exactly. Now, Kamani Vidal could be great, but I feel like Kamani and Addison are equal in value. Nico is far more valuable than Pittman, so I just don't think you're getting enough in return there, my friend. Road Tana is sending away Algier and Bijan for JT and Terry.
I mean, I'm okay with this. You're getting Terry. Now Terry still hasn't practiced, which is frustrating.
Well, he got a limited practice in, and then he wasn't at
And then
practice
he
today.
wasn't. Yeah. So I don't know what the issue is. Maybe it was just more like a hey, take a day type of situation. We don't want to rush you too much.
Maybe there's something personal going on, but that was kind of frustrating to see because, like, if you look at the news feed, he was limited on Wednesday, and then
Doesn't
Thursday
practice
just
today.
not there. We were like, what? Why? Okay.
Yeah. And maybe that could just be a thing based off of the team, right? Like they want him to practice, but they're gonna pull him. That's what they were doing with They did that to Malik early in the couple weeks before he tore his ACL. Like
Right.
a week 2, he practiced on Wednesday, didn't practice Thursday. We got all these questions if Malik is gonna start, and then he practiced on Friday.
And it didn't work. So just practice, you guys. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, no one could have seen that coming. Look, if I knew Terry was going to play either this week or next week, I think you take this. If it's multiple week absence, I think you keep Bijan.
Yeah.
So I think it's a pretty fair trade.
Yeah,
What's up, brother? He's sending away White and Amon-Ra for Bijan and Tet. I love this long term because when Bucky Irving is back, it's looking like week 10 is a possibility. Just, guys, if you think about it logistically, Bucky Irving, we know he's not playing this week. He's not practicing. Then, if you think it through, next week the Bucks play the Saints. They don't need Bucky Irving to beat the Saints. After the bye week, they play New England, Buffalo, Rams. They need Bucky for all those matchups, right? So it kind of makes sense for week 10 to be his return date, unfortunately. I hate to say that as a Bucky owner. But when Bucky is back, Rachaad White is not going to have the same value. So I like taking advantage of this situation here.
Loyal Swish, maybe. Unsure what Puka's status. Counter with other running backs. You're sending away Javonte Williams, Tetaroa, and you're receiving Puka Nacua. In a 10-man start 7, I think you might have enough depth without looking at your team, and I would imagine I would just want Puka Nacua.
I think he needs to do a double receiver buy rather than a double wide receiver running back because he can't afford to lose a running back right now. Then Rico Dowdle is his RB3. I guess Woody Marks is on the waiver. Benson, actually, your waiver wire is pretty thin.
Yeah.
It's a 10-team league.
Well, Woody is good. It's a good pickup. Zach Charbonnet is not bad. You have Trey Benson there that can pick up depending on your record. If you're 5-1, 6-0,
I would prefer to do something more like T-Mac and T-Mac and Metcalf. I prefer something like that. If you can't get that done, then I understand why you would need to do that. I mean, you could even try Dowdle, T-Mac, and Metcalf, and you get something small back, like they give you Dobbs or something. But yeah, I think overall in such a small league, I would take Puka. I just would try these other counters first. Guys, we appreciate you so much for being here in the chat with us. We have so many questions to get through on the Flock site. Shout out to everybody for supporting us over there. You're going to get a time code to exactly when we answer your question. That's the beauty of asking a question over on the Flock site. Now, you can enter today's giveaway simply by liking the stream and typing TNF. At the very end of the stream, we'll do a giveaway where you get some free vouchers on the Flock site. So right before Thursday Night Football kicks off, we'll do that. We got so many questions, so we got to keep going. But you can submit yours with the pinned comment in the chat. Waiver Wire Merchant, that's a funny name, is sending away Brees, London, Ferguson for CMC and Tucker Kraft. Seems like a lot to pay for me.
Yeah, this is a 1 quarterback, 10-team start 7. So maybe one of these guys that aren't even making it to the lineup. Maybe a Brees Hall's not making it to a lineup on his team potentially.
Yeah. I mean, Jake Ferguson Kraft is a wash. And then are you going to pay London and Brees for CMC? I don't know. I mean, that seems like a lot.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot, and this makes his wide receiver room a little bit. He has Rashee Rice, Ted, Brian Thomas. So it looks like this trade potentially already
It may have gone through. I'm not sure. Look,
I don't even see London on either team. So maybe that guy got rid of London already.
If you haven't done the trade yet, I would prefer a counter where maybe you keep Brees and you send like Ken Walker, for example. Right, or Tony Pollard, like one of those names. But obviously do what you think is best. Bones, 4-2, full PPR, just traded Johnston for Henry. I like that. Brian Thomas Jr. in the flex or Jalen Warren versus Cincinnati. So, Brian Thomas Jr. or Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren does have a fantastic matchup this week. But just, I feel like I have to play Brian Thomas. He's starting to really come out of his shell. But Ginty, wait. Oh, Ginty's already there. Ginty's already there in his RB spot.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. So this is doubled.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be, yeah, Brian Thomas then.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Fee Lee says, I can also work and even trade for Amon-Ra or Drake London. So they're sending away Pickens for Brees and Kraft. I can also work and even trade for Amon-Ra. Brother, are you telling me you can get Amon-Ra or Drake London straight up for Pickens? Because if you're telling me you can do that, you'd take either of those trades today.
He needs to do that, yeah.
Preferably Amon-Ra, but either
those options are way better.
Are incredible. So please go keep Pickens and get Amon-Ra or London. Will.
Will. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sending away CMC, Nico, and getting James Cook and Puka Nacua. Well, if you are undefeated in some way above 500, James Cook is not playing this week, and neither is Puka Nacua. So I don't see why not. If you can do this, I think CMC and Puka are a wash. And I think James Cook and Nico are a wash. So just depends on what your record is, I would say.
Yeah, this is a straight even deal. Obviously, the person who has CMC and Nico Collins can play them this week and next week, I believe. So I don't have a strong opinion on this. But what I would say is you see, even after the trade I made for Puka Nacua, see, this is what I don't do. You know, take notes, other flock creators. When I trade away a player, I don't then go in my rankings and then lower them in my rankings. No, I still think Puka Nacua is the most valuable player in fantasy football. Still to this day, I believe that. That was a joke, by the way, but not a joke as well. Like, I'm being sarcastic, I'm being funny, but it's also serious. I don't do that stuff. Daniel says, missed last Friday. Favorite WNBA player? Caitlin Clark? I don't know another one.
He said JK NBA player. I mean, look, I don't really have a favorite WNBA or favorite NBA player. I just like the Knicks.
Yeah,
and I only watch basketball during the playoffs. So
for me, it would be SGA or Jalen Williams, for sure. I cannot wait to watch Starting Five. I think it just released on Netflix. Dude, Netflix struck gold last year following the players that they followed. Like, they have an individual documentary. The Starting Five is like 5 players in the NFL, and 2 of them were SGA and Tyrese Halliburton. I cannot wait to watch that. That would just be pure cinema. But
especially
yeah, look,
with him tearing, yeah, that's crazy.
Shout out to the NBA, man. The WNBA. I hope they grow. I hope they're successful. I just don't watch it, but I hope it is a successful sport. BDA sends away a Dunze London for Ginty and Nico Collins.
If you need a running back, sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a position, yeah, I think this is a fair trade. Yep. I would say.
I agree.
Appreciate you, Brando, sending away George Pickens, Chuba Hubbard, and receiving Cam Scatterboo and Devonta Smith. At the moment, technically, I would still want George Pickens and Chuba Hubbard signed.
I agree.
I guess George Pickens and Cam are even. And then Chuba and Devonta, I kind of still want Chuba over Devonta Smith just based on what we've seen so far.
The issue is, like, you know, if Devonta Smith was on the Cowboys, he'd be probably putting up similar numbers to George Pickens. It's just they're on 2 completely different offenses, right? The Cowboys are on an offense that always needs to throw, elite offense, one of the worst defenses. The Eagles are in a situation where they're best as a team when they're constantly running the ball. And I am of the belief that Rico Dowdle has not just taken the job from Chuba Hubbard. Obviously, what Rico's done in the last couple weeks is incredibly impressive. But you're talking about a name like Chuba Hubbard. If you guys just go back to last year, it's the same coaching staff, okay? The same exact coaching staff. They had one of the worst offenses in the NFL. Chuba was the lone bright spot. And he has years of trust built. Rico has a couple weeks. Like, obviously, Rico's going to be involved. I'm pretty indifferent on this, honestly. I'm pretty indifferent. Yeah. Like, maybe if Devonta could be someone else, like Zay Flowers, you do it, I would do it then.
Yeah, that feels better. But, like, if you're just going based off
or Worthy
upside right now.
Worthy instead of Devonta?
Worthy,
you know?
That feels way better. 100%.
There's a couple counters there that could work.
Yeah, I agree. Appreciate you, Brando. I think Daniel 007 is next here. Let me know when you're ready.
It's loading. And we are good to go. Go ahead.
Fannin or Kraft?
I got you. Fannin or Kraft?
Yeah.
I know the doggy's going crazy. Kraft. Fannin has a great matchup, but I don't think you can sit Kraft in that offense. But tight ends are so crazy, so sporadic. I could see it going either way. But yeah, I'm gonna go Kraft still there.
Chill. Sending away Josh Allen, Bucky Irving, and Meek and Buka from Matthew Stafford, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I know all these players are injured, and Josh Allen is not playing this week.
Hey,
I think I would just still.
I gotta go to the door, so you're gonna have to answer chat questions.
No worries, no worries. Okay, I'll answer some chat questions. Kyle Springer, I see Kenneth Gainwell or Kenneth Walker. Who am I playing? Technically, I'm still going Kenneth Walker, unfortunately. You know, guys, in my flock league this week, you want to know my starting lineup, even though you can't see it. It's very unfortunate. This is my starting lineup. Jared Goff, Chase Brown. My RB2 this week is Kenneth Gainwell. My wide receiver 1 is Devontae Adams, which has a good matchup, and no Puka Nacua. You want to know who my wide receiver 2 is? Tez Johnson. This is how decimated my team is. I have Zach Ertz as a tight end. Here's my first flex, by the way. This is the kicker. Sterling Shepard is who I'm starting as my first flex. My other flex is RJ Harvey. This is what fantasy football has done to me this year. I have James Cook on a bye. I have Shakir on a bye, but it doesn't matter because I still probably would have lost anyway. So I'm playing against Mason this week. Mason's team's unreal. He's 5-1. He has Saquon Barkley, Cam Scatterable, DK Metcalf, Stephon Diggs, Dallas Goedert, Travis Etienne, Josh Jacobs. He's starting Aaron Rodgers with no Josh Allen. So if I can pull off the miracle, you know what I really like about my matchup, guys, this week is that I have the majority of my players playing on Tuesday. I have both my running backs and Chase Brown and Kenneth Gainwell starting tonight, which sucks. I hate starting Thursday night games. So
apologies, I'm back. Let's get straight to it.
No, you're good.
Okay,
You are
Childra,
good.
would you send away Allen, Bucky, Egbuka for Matthew Stafford and Jonathan? Like, to me, the answer is like, no, not even close.
Yeah, I agree.
In a one quarterback league, having the best quarterback in fantasy, right
behind team as well.
Right behind Jaden Daniels, I'm joking. Yeah, when Bucky's back, there's just no way you'd be happy doing this deal. So yeah. I want to keep, like, obviously we love Jonathan Taylor, but I feel like a fair counter is like at minimum you keep Josh Allen and you don't need Stafford and you send Bucky and Ibuka, but even that feels like an overpay to me, honestly. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I definitely want to hold Nate, Drake May, Jonathan Taylor at the running back position here. Yeah, wow. I'm pretty sure I have Chuba still over Woody. Let me just triple check that. Chuba. Actually, I have Woody Marks over Chuba, so that's a lie. That's where I'm at currently. Not sure where you're at.
Yeah,
but
players that are questionable keep disappearing in my rankings. You have Woody over him?
I have Woody over Chuba.
I think if it's announced that Hubbard is a starter, I would go Hubbard, but right now I'd probably go Woody.
Yeah. And at the flex option, yeah, I mean, it's going to be between probably Chuba, Zach Charbonnet, or Tez. I think I'm just going to go Chuba here. Still.
Chuba?
Yeah.
It's close. I think they're basically the same thing this week, honestly. So, yeah, I'm gonna submit something to the devs real fast. So go ahead.
No, joke. Send Jaden Daniels at the running back position. It's gonna be Rashad White for me over all these names. So I see Rashad White, Bijan Robinson. This is a start 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you says start 8, but we're just gonna set the lineup as is. So I'm gonna start Rashad White. You're starting Bijan Robinson and JCM potentially. So we'll wait and see if that is right. I am going to be starting DJ Moore if he plays. and you're not going to have that answer. So technically, when next to my ranking will be T Higgins. But if you feel confident what Wandale has done, then you are more than happy to wait. But at the moment,
I probably have Wandale over T and DJ this week.
Okay, so for me, it will be DJ if he plays, which we wouldn't know, and then T, and then Wandale. So, and then Vidal in the flex. Yeah, I'm there as well. So hopefully that helps. And hopefully we answer that correctly. And let me know if you go to the next one. Penix.
Hold on, sorry.
No, you're good. So you said it keeps disappearing when you have players questionable? Because I think that might be a problem, unfortunately. Yeah. Let me just triple check how many questions we have left. I need to refresh anyway. We're going to be answering all of your questions here before kickoff, trying to make sure we get through every single one of these. And then if we do have enough time, we can probably squeeze in these team reviews, but if not, most likely be leading up to the weekend here where we're going to be doing those team reviews. But
okay,
we'll wait and see.
Yes, so we're good with that lineup. Penix stuck in, oh my gosh, y'all crazy. At flex, they're considering Marks, Allen, McLaurin, Burden, Waller. I think it's Terry if he plays. If he doesn't, I think Keenan.
Yep, I'm there with you.
Okay. Baby Sasuk is sending away Genty and Waddle for Jefferson. I would say Genty and Jefferson are the same value. I actually prefer Genty slightly because of the running back landscape. So I think this is probably an overpay in my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Waddle to the Giants. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
I see you there.
That'd be cool. Somehow I'm 5-1. Will this help my squad? Hamey says they're sending away Purdy, Jones, Higgins, Ferguson to get back Penix, JCM, Olave, Sutton. It's a super flex league. So they're basically sending away one starting quarterback for Penix. They're sending away Higgins. I don't see why you don't do this trade, honestly.
Yeah, I was going to say I want this. I think the biggest question is you're 5-1. You're sending away Jake Ferguson. Who's your tight end there? Yep. Maybe that is the biggest thing. And you have Trey McBride. Yes, do this trade.
Does he? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world to take the side that you're getting. Butta says trade accepted and processing. Butta, thank you so much for that context, man. Very important context. Vidal was an $8 pickup for me. Might take an L this week, but worth it surely. Yeah, if you don't need Vidal and, it doesn't look like you have a real need for him, you probably start him, at some point over Brees or Warren until Hampton's back. But, yeah, I don't mind the trade at all. What I probably would have preferred is like attaching Vidal and Devonta Smith and getting some bigger upgrade, but maybe you can do that with Zay Flowers anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Love that. Jay Dalla says, should I still accept if he counters with Rice? You're sending Achane, Luther Burden, Tyler Warren, and receiving Judkins, CeeDee Lamb, and Tucker Kraft. Should I still accept if he counters with Rice?
What do you mean?
I would say yes.
You have to give Rice on top?
No, I would imagine he would swap out CeeDee Lamb for Rice.
Oh, okay.
That's how I'm reading
this. It would look like.
Okay. I would do the trade. Yeah, I would be okay with it.
Yeah, I mean Kraft and Warren. You might prefer Warren, but it's close. So it's basically Achane for Judkins and Rice, or Achane for CeeDee and Judkins. So I'm fine with that either way.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, Daniel? Devontae Adams, Sutton, Brian Thomas, and Kamara. Which three do I play out of these four names? So sit one.
I'm starting Kamara. Adams. Yeah, starting
Probably
Adams, Sutton,
Kamara.
and BGJ. Red zone.
I really want like the Saints to reward his loyalty. Be like, actually, Kendre, fuck off. Sorry. Okay, red zone Riz. At quarterback, Nix or Jones this week. That's a tough one.
I'll tell you exactly where I have it. I currently have Bo Nix. Technically, I have Bo Nix 2 spots ahead.
Yeah, same. But it's close.
It is very close. At the running back position, I see Judkins. Oh, I see Bijan. I see Jacobs.
I
technically
see London,
next.
I see France. All starts.
Then it's JSN.
I'd start
then
Rice.
Yeah, Jason and Rice. That's where I'm at. Tyler Warren.
And then either Judkins. I just don't think you can set Judkins against Miami.
No, I don't think so either. So that's Sutton has a great matchup, but like, man, it's hard.
Maybe Sutton is safer than Rice, but I just like to have fun. My name is Rod, and I like to party, and I feel like Rice. He went.
We're gonna lock him down. We're gonna lock him down this weekend. Come on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Saquon, Brian Thomas, or Etienne Cook, Olave. Olave is an undervalued asset, I would say.
Another New York Football Giant, potentially.
Yeah, he could be. I don't have a strong opinion on this, honestly. Like, if this improves your starting lineup, then do it. If it doesn't, and one of these guys ends up being on your bench, then don't do it. I think that's as simple as it is. Like, if you're struggling with your flexes and you make this trade, it instantly improves that starting lineup, I have no reason not to do this.
I agree.
Cluck is a start-sit question. I guess we're going to choose 2 here, maybe? So a flex.
Well, it's going to be, my gosh. I mean, it's going to be CD and then Rice for me.
Oh.
That's how I see it.
Right. Oh, wow. Yeah. I think I still have Pickens over Rice.
That's okay.
I think I'm going both Cowboys. That's crazy. I really want to start Rice, but highest over-under of the year so far, by the way. Commanders, Cowboys.
Oh, boy.
In a dome. I want the Packers Cowboys 2.0 overtime. Planet Drool at running back, Scataboo for sure. We love Rico, but if Chuba's back, it's got to be Scats. And then at tight end, Warren or Ferguson?
That's a good question. I'll let you know. I think I have Warren over Ferguson this week. Yes. They're actually back-to-back. It's Tyler Warren's my tight end 2, and then Jake Ferguson tight end 3. So of the week so far.
Hate to sit Rico, but you just have better options. Planet Jewel says, trade already happened. I got Rome Scat. Is it a W? Okay, so you got Rome and Scat. Huge W then. You submitted it as if you got Warren and Adams, but you're telling us you got Rome and Scat. By far the winner in this trade.
Completely agree. Samuel is next here. You're sending away Jordan Mason, Cortland Sutton, receiving Woody, AJ Brown, and Darren Waller. Initial thought is I'm
pretty indifferent on this.
Okay with this. I'm okay with this just because I think when Aaron Jones comes back, we might see what that true work backfield is going to be.
Look, I feel like this week, in the next 2 weeks, you probably prefer Mason and Sutton, but when Aaron Jones is back, I'm not sure how big of a difference between Woody and Mason there will be. I guess the only issue is, like, I do in a vacuum prefer Sutton over AJ, and that's probably like the biggest difference in this trade. Darren Waller is like a streamable name. I mean, if you have other streaming options on the waiver wire, he already has Kelsey, or he has Mason Taylor. Oh, I understand. I think I'm probably the more I think this through, I think I'm probably keeping Sutton because Woody and Mason are close. Are you really going to move off of, think about it this way. Are you going to send away Sutton for AJ Brown and Waller?
Sutton for AJ Brown and Waller. Yeah, that's true.
I don't think I would do that. So I think I'm actually holding here. Unless that can be Devontae Adams instead of AJ Brown or something. But maybe that's a counter you can try. Okay, Travis, start-sit question. He's got Knicks. He's considering a lot of names here. We're going to put Judkins in for sure. I would probably start Rashad. Oh, yeah, you're right. Ginty.
Yeah.
At receiver.
It's going to be Rome.
And
then at the flex
wow.
will probably be George.
Jeez Louise, dude. Yeah, I would say White is the safest play of any of these names, but George is the highest upside.
Yeah.
Dan.
I would agree.
Drake or Dak rest of season? I already have Drake. Guy who is 3-3 is trying to trade me Dak for a guy like Nico Jacobs McBride. Feel like that's probably not worth it. If you already have Drake, so a startable quarterback every week, regardless of matchup, that is what Drake May is, right? and someone's trying to give you Dak Prescott, you can't start Dak Prescott and Drake May at the same time. By far, it's not even close, Dan. Nico, Jacobs, and McBride are all bajillion times more valuable than Dak Prescott in fantasy football in a one quarterback league. A bajillion times. It's not even close. So whoever is doing that, I would say is trying to take advantage of you, respectfully. I think they're trying to take advantage of you.
I agree.
Coco Loco.
Start 2 running backs. Wide receiver in the flex on bench, AJ Brown, Keenan Allen. Okay, so I mean, maybe you submitted it wrong, unfortunately, but
that's okay. I think this is what he wants us to look at. You know, you can submit your entire lineup, Coco, but we'll look at this.
I don't think there's anyone I'm starting over the names, if I'm reading this correctly.
Right. Well, he hasn't given us. Okay, I guess he's saying on bench the bench is AJ, Keenan, Kendrick, Mason, Vidal.
Yeah, so I guess the 2 names is, are we starting AJ Brown or Keenan Allen over Drake London, Rasheed Rice, or J.K. Dobbins? I would start Keenan over J.K. But J.K. has a great matchup this week. I would start J.K.
The only change I would make is probably Rico.
Oh yeah, true.
I would start. I have him and Vidal back to back.
Or Vidal. Okay, I didn't see Vidal.
I have Vidal and Rico back to back. What does the chat think? I'm. This is a really, really tough one.
Let me just triple check where I have Vidal. So I technically have Vidal over, or sorry, I technically have Rico over Vidal. So that's where I would go the way he has it lined up currently.
If Hubbard is playing inactive.
Even if Hubbard's playing inactive.
Okay.
Now, and I have Vidal over Jordan Mason. So the next guy up would be Vidal.
Joe Burrow on track for mid-December return.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Go pick him up off of waivers, man, the Flock League.
Not sure it will matter, will it? Okay, look. The chat right now is pretty split. There's 150 of you guys watching. If you don't mind, go look at the poll in the chat. I want to help this person out. Typically, when we're really split on a decision, we go to you guys and see if you can give us some help making a decision. Look, the only reason, like, I feel like Hubbard and Rico are going to split. I'm almost confident in that. Vidal looks like he's the number one, but we could easily have the rug pulled underneath us, and Hassan Haskins could get more work. So that's a toughie. It really is.
Yeah, for me, it would just be Rico, and I'm just going to go based off the matchup, even if it's a hot hand. Like, Chuba Hubbard is coming back from, this is my mindset. Chuba's coming back from injury. How much workload is he actually going to get? Why would they give him a full workload if Rico has been doing so great, even if it is his backfield? All right, let's get Chuba in slowly and get him used to whatever that injury is. And I think that's where Rico's going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if Rico out snaps Chuba this week. And that's most likely going to be based off of the slow coming of Chuba off of the injury.
Wait,
so
pause. Yeah, look, I'm gonna,
and I don't, by the way, sorry, I can just see the Colts and this Chargers game really being a shootout type of situation, rather than, all right, we're gonna run the ball on the ground and be successful like the Chargers did last week. So
here's the thing, Vidal is used in the air as well, but
yeah,
if I knew everything was the same for Vidal this week, it would be easily Vidal, because I do think Hubbard will be important to their offense. Obviously, I don't know that. I have Vidal at 21, Rico at 22. I'll be honest, I can't tell you with 100% certainty who the right call is. The chat says 57% Rico. If it was me, I'm probably putting Vidal out there if Hubbard is active. Of course, if Hubbard is not active, it's Rico. It's not even close, but hopefully that's helpful. Planet Jewel says, healthy Mike Evans or Brian Thomas this week? Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Rest of season,
I think I'm going to go Brian Thomas, just because I imagine Emeka Buka's going to be back, and exactly. I imagine, obviously, Chris Godwin's going to be back. So
yeah,
I'm still going to go there. Yeah. I agree.
OJ.
So Mike Evans this week, BTJ, rest of the season. OJ is sending Kamani Vidal, Jake Ferguson for Emeka and Buka, and I will do this trade
Yeah, as long as you have a tight end that you can trust already. But yeah, I'm fine with taking Puka and waiting on him in an 8-team league.
Yeah. Kai is sending away Bo Nix, Ashton Genty, QJ for Baker and Saquon. Initial thought is no. I think you're giving up a lot here with just Ashton and QJ, at least in my personal opinion.
I'm indifferent. But I kind of agree with Badaki. Like Johnston shouldn't be a throw-in. Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, if you want to do this trade, sure, you can give Johnson away, but who can you get back in return? And he doesn't have anyone. He has the Calvin Ridleys of the world right now.
What if you could send away Kyle Pitts and get back Brock Bowers?
Sure.
And wait on Brock Bowers to come back after the bye.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
That'd be a good counter.
Yeah, I agree.
Sammy starting Baker at RB, Cook on bye. It's either Chase Brown, Woody Marks, or Ken Walker here.
I'll let you know right now. Give me a sec. So I have Chase Brown and Kenneth Walker back to back, but I'm just triple checking where Woody is.
I've got all three of these guys back to back to back in rankings.
In order for me is Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Woody Marks. That's where it is for me. So technically it'll be Chase Brown. Don't love it. But you're probably going to have to start one of these guys anyway in the flex. So let's wait and see. At the flex option, I'm going to go Zaza here for sure.
Say's on bye. Puka's not available.
You actually saw right.
So it's going to actually just be Woody Marks and Ken Walker anyway.
You're right. Say
or
less.
Harold Fannin, if there's no Njoku, I would probably start him over Ken Walker if there's no Njoku, but... Yeah.
And if Mike doesn't play, I will start Sterling. If Mike doesn't play, I'll start Sterling over Kenneth Walker. That's how I see it.
I still like the potential blow up of a Walker, so I'd probably still put him in there.
Sure.
But I'm playing Fannin over Sterling regardless if Njoku's out though. But they're not terrible options. We're gonna refresh here. Again, we appreciate y'all for being here with us.
Yeah.
We are going to do a giveaway right before Thursday Night Football kicks off. We have so many questions that we have to get through. In fact, we're actually almost there. I think we had like 80 questions today or something. So pretty chaotic. If you want to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is like the stream and type TNF into the chat. We'll do that right before Thursday Night Football kicks off. And if you want to get a question answered guaranteed, just go ahead and check out the link in the pinned comment where you can submit it through the Flock site. Just make sure you choose Zach and Badaki from Fantasyland. But let's keep going through these questions. Aiden is sending away Rashad White and T-Mac for Brees and Jameson. I want Rashad White and T-Mac. I don't know. I think I want Rashad White and T-Mac.
Yeah. This is interesting.
This is really interesting, isn't it?
Look, right now you want Rashad White, but I think long term I still want Brees. But long term I want Tet over Jameson. Exactly. And I think that's there's a bigger discrepancy there long term.
It looks like this trade must have already been done because T-Mac and Jameson are on the same team. Wait, so how would that be possible then? Well, they got a trade done. Wait, yeah. The trade must be done. It's just it was different players.
Maybe.
I think long term. The hard part is like, do you know if you can start Jameson every week? So really, it's like T-Mac and Brees. Who do you prefer? I prefer T-Mac, but this is a pretty even trade, honestly. Like, I think this is dead down the middle even. It depends on who your guys are.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Danny sending away Jacobs, London, Rashid, Shaheed for Javonte and Puka.
Sorry, 1 second.
Well, as we all know, Josh Jacobs is more valuable than Puka Nacua. Right, guys?
Initial thought is...
Just a joke.
Initial thought is... Look, if you're doing this, are you doing this for a certain reason? I don't...
Rashid
you must be above 500.
Is irrelevant.
Yeah, you must be above 500. I'll be okay with this. Now, who's your RB2? Because I think going down team from Jacobs to Javonte is probably not that big of a deal technically.
I don't think it is. Obviously, Jacobs has had his bye, but when you're making trades, sure, you can think about the bye, but you should also think about like the fantasy playoffs when you're making trades, right? So who do you want if both of these guys are healthy in the fantasy playoffs? I feel like it's Puka and Javonte pretty easily for me.
Yeah, I'm there with you.
And Shaheed doesn't really make a difference.
I agree.
Party Brock says, my running backs are Gibbs, Judkins, Javonte, JC, and wide receivers, JSN, Tet, Rome. So he's sending away Gibbs and McMillan for Taylor. No way. Love Jonathan Taylor, but no way I'm doing this.
Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree.
You know, you have great receivers. I just don't think it's a good time to sell low on Jahmyr Gibbs. I understand it's been disappointing, but I don't anticipate Jahmyr Gibbs being this bad in fantasy for the future. If anything, he's a really good buy low right now. Even to this day, I would prefer Jonathan Taylor, but you can see he's ranked my 3rd overall player in fantasy. Gibbs, my 4th overall player in fantasy. The gap between that is not the wide receiver 15 for me rest of the year in T-Mac, right? That gap, that should not be the gap in my opinion. So the answer would be no for me.
Next one here is sending away Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra for Bijan and Richie Rich.
Yeah, interesting.
Look, I'm just gonna go with what I look. I think Rashee Rice is gonna be great, but if we're really nitpicking here, and if we're really being honest, what happens if Rashee Rice is not instantly coming out of the gates the way we expected?
Yeah,
I feel like
totally.
Amon-Ra. I'd just rather keep Amon-Ra and Gibbs right now.
But Bijan, the Bijan side of this is what's like so attractive to me. Bijan is the entire offense. Gibbs is not right now. Oh my God, he's crazy, dude. Bijan's crazy. I just want to do some quick math here real fast. Bijan Robinson in the past 4 games. Don't look anything up, Badaki. Just guess how many yards per game total, all-purpose yards, do you think he's averaging in the past 4 games?
I know he had like over 200 yards this week, so I would imagine. And the week before he had like, I'm pretty sure over like 100. I would imagine he has like over like 150 yards.
Bijan Robinson in the past 4 games is averaging 174.5 all-purpose yards. A 4-game stretch.
Just based on what he did last week,
174 yards. Insane, right? Yeah. I just feel like I'm going to take the Bijan side of this. Yeah. But I understand there's risk because obviously, like, we're expecting Rice to be someone, and he could not be that someone. You know, Amon-Ra and Gibbs are those people.
Yeah, exactly. But I think I'm okay with either side, but like, if I'm just being honest, that is just like, I just would rather keep what I know right now rather than the unknown.
I mean, can you add a Terry McLaurin into this and send? Well, you can't send back Jerry Jeudy. I'm just trying to send, like, can you send back Pacheco and get back, you know, Dobbins or Flowers? I don't know. Like Dobbins. Yeah, can you get back Dobbins? Like, maybe that's a counter you can try, but ultimately I think I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit there. Goober is sending away Brees and Marvin for Swift and JSN. I want Swift and JSN pretty easily.
Swift and JSN, yes, I agree. Sorry.
Pretty easily. Flair is sending away Neighbors for Chase Brown in Dynasty. Not a chance, dude. Not a chance.
That's crazy.
Not even close. You can see my 16th overall player in Dynasty, my 111th player overall in Dynasty. What you're probably missing is like 2 to 3 first-round picks. So take his first in 26 and 27. Honestly, yeah, this isn't close for me. It truly is not even close. No. I think you need... sorry, I'm doing this the wrong way. You need to take at least 3 first-round picks from him, as well as Chase Brown. I can't put another first-round pick in here, but this might be the most one-sided trade we've seen this entire week. So no way. Dom Brand, running back. They are either. I'm gonna go Woody here.
I agree.
At the flex, he's already got Pickens, and I'm not starting any. Ooh, Debo. Yeah, no, I guess you can't start Debo. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Good lineup. King serve. Am I insane? Maybe. We don't know. But let's answer your question. So you're sending away Bijan and Devontae Adams for Bucky, Cook, and Chase. 8-team league, Badaki. I don't think you send away Bijan in an 8-team league.
Yeah.
If this was a 12-team, I think I'd do it, but...
This does make his team better, though.
Does it really?
If you look at the running. Yeah, look at his running backs.
Right.
I think this makes your team better. I would technically do this trade. Bijan has been great. But, I mean, so has...
Keep in mind, the waiver wire is stacked, so, like... You the guy who's sending this away can also just go pick up Ricky Pearsall for free, or Jameson for free, or Woody Marks, Travion Henderson. I don't know. I feel like that's why I'm not doing this trade as well, because if you have injuries on your team, you can go pick up Woody Marks, or if Harvey breaks out, he's still there. If Henderson breaks out, he's still on the waiver wire. Tootin's still there. Pearsall, Jameson, DJ Moore, Travis Hunter breaks out. The waiver wire is just too enticing for me to take depth trades.
Yeah.
But it's close. I understand, like, you can go either side. I would keep Bijan in such a small league.
Yeah, I understand. Nichols at the flex here. It's going to be most likely... So I'm assuming Woody, Wandale, Luther.
Yeah, Wandale feels safest.
Yeah, that's where I'm at currently. I was struggling between Wandale and Woody. I just think the way Jackson plays, he just opens up the field a little bit more with his legs. But, I mean, that's what you thought about Justin Fields last week, and the Broncos just annihilated the guy. But
yeah,
I'm going to go Wandale, but
I agree.
It's all right. Manio at the flex, Henderson, Chuba, T, Ricky. I think I'm still going Kendrick Bourne here.
Really? If Kittle is out there and it's not Mac Jones?
Ricky is not practicing. Neither is Jennings, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just triple check. He was limited. Yeah, look, that's a good question. I'm not starting Henderson.
No,
so it's gonna be Chuba and Kendrick or T.
Yeah, look, I guess I just would hope it's Mac Jones if we're gonna go Bourne, because with Kittle back, like, chemistry is a real important thing for this type of connection that Bourne's on right now. Mm-hmm. Right?
Look, I think you have options to wait and see, though. Like, you have time, to wait and see.
If Hubbard's named the starter, are you starting him over Rico Dowdle? I would if he's named the starter. If not, I'm still putting Rico out there. But okay, that's what we're gonna rock with then.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Dingling is starting. Wow. Oh, it's Dynasty. I was gonna say so many options. Well, you can't sit Dak, can you?
No, you can't sit Dak. Jaden Daniels at the running back position.
Ooh, Scats?
I see Scattaboo, and I see JK this week.
Yep.
Over Rico.
On the same page.
Wide receiver, you're starting CD. Then it's going to be Ted.
Yep. At the flex, you're gonna put Brian Thomas in there anyway.
Brian Thomas. Then it's Rico.
I am gonna start fanning over these names, by the way. If Njoku's not out there, if not, you can put Hawkinson in. But so you're going Rico next, yeah, and then
Rico
Vidal
will be
for
next,
me.
and then Vidal, yeah. Okay, I'm okay.
I like Mason. If reports came out that they're like Rico will be a spell back, then I think you could move to Mason. But if you don't hear that, I think you probably put Vidal in there. All right.
Delta Raven. Mm-hmm. Sending away Drizzy Drake London for Jonathan Taylor.
I'll take JT. Don't even need to look at the teams. JT's more valuable. In my mind, I mean, we can look at the teams if you want, but
I'm just having a look. I mean, what if I told you his wide receivers are Cortland Sutton and Mike Evans?
And his wide receivers are Cortland Sutton and Mike Evans. Who else?
Calvin Ridley.
Oh, God.
And then Rashid Shaheed. So, but his running backs will be better.
But
He will have Derrick Henry, David Montgomery, Jonathan Taylor, and J.K. Dobbins.
yeah.
Start 8, so this is a little bit more. Look, I would say this neither helps your team or breaks your team. You're going to be in the same situation where your flex option is not going to improve here. So choose your poison, Delta Raven. I don't think it's that big of a deal whether you want the running back or the wide receiver. This improves your running back room because it's already weak technically, but this is going to hurt your wide receiver room because it's already weak technically. So that's all I can say.
Yeah, I feel like you could probably flip JT into a starting running back and a receiver. I don't think you could do that for London, like a starting wide receiver and a running back. So I just think there's more value in JT, and then you can make more moves if you want. But Jakub says, is this worth the trade? If you have a quarterback, yeah, no doubt about it. You know, if you've already got a guy that you trust, you got Baker, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
That's fine. We can get Jacobs there. Gavint 10 is starting Caleb, Rashad, Genty, Worthy, Pickens, Goddard, Terry.
Terry might not play here, so
if Terry's out, it's Wandale for me. Or if there's no Evans this week, maybe Otten, but right now I'll lean Wandale.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there, right there with you. Come on, Wandale. Next one here says, have this deal on the table. Should I do it? I'm 2-4. Have both Puka and Adams in the same team. Should I worry about that? Also, how do you view Terry's rest of season? Well, you're sending away Jacoby Myers, Devontae Adams, and receiving Brian Thomas and Terry. Now, Jacoby's not going to play this week. Neither is Terry. So that's kind of a wash.
Mm-hmm. And I think we'd all prefer Terry rest of the year, right? We'd all prefer Terry over Jacoby. I think it's Terry and Brian.
I agree. What sucks is that you're giving away Devontae Adams on a prime week technically this week if you are 2-4.
Exactly.
So that's probably the only downfall.
Yeah, but you know Jacoby's not playing anyway.
Yeah.
So even let's think worst case scenario. If you lose this week, well, you would have preferred Terry and Brian no matter what, right? So it's close, man. I think I lean Terry and Brian.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a really tough one, man.
Terry could technically play because he practiced limited on Wednesday, didn't practice today. It might practice tomorrow.
Yeah, it might be. It might be something small that they're dealing with. I mean, could you maybe swing like a Matthew Golden in this deal if you give back like Alec A.O. Manor? Just like quickly before we move on, like even Golden and Alec, can you try either of those? Or sorry, Hunter and Alec, try some of those. I know then you'll have 2 Jags, but just see if those are possible. Okay, Raj in trouble. 5-1 selling high on Cam. Wide receiver's been bad, so he's sitting Cam and Scattaboo for Debo, Walker, and Caleb. Between AJ Brown and Debo, when Terry is back, I know that's not right now, or maybe it is. I think it's pretty much dead even, so I'm not really looking at that part of this trade. I'm asking, would I send Cam Scattaboo away for Ken Walker and Caleb Williams? And the answer is no, not a chance.
Yeah, I agree.
Not a chance. So I don't like this trade for you, to be honest.
Completely agree.
Especially if you're in a position of power. I mean, you know, at 5-1, you don't make a trade unless it's a quarterback that truly matters. I mean, you have right now Jones and Murray. That's tough. Why is Woody Marks on your waiver wire? Brother, go pick up Woody Marks, please. Drop Kyler Murray if you need to, but please go pick up Woody Marks. I know Trey Benson's out there too. Damn, son.
Damn, son. Where'd you find that?
Look, I don't want to do this deal. No. I mean, I think a fair counter is probably... It's funny he's trying to give you Ken Walker. Nobody wants Ken Walker, by the way. I just want you to know that when you're listening to this. Nobody wants Ken Walker. Yeah, there's not a deal for you guys. For me, it's a hard pass.
Nobody. Nobody.
Jehu says who to start at flex as well as CD if it is a no-go. CD has already said he would start. Oddly enough, this is Darnold for me this week, who has been balling out.
He has. I'll go there with you.
Then at running back 2, Mason. At flex, yeah, CD. And look, if CD doesn't go, you put in what, Charbonnet, probably.
Yeah.
But CD said he would play, so. Sakin 76. Anyway, Pickens for Monty. I like the idea of selling Pickens before this week, but not if David Montgomery's your best option. There's just no way that's your best option. And that's not anti-Monty. It's just that's nowhere near the trades we've been seeing. Like, try and get Kyron Williams and send him, Pickens and Bourne or something. I don't know. Like, you're not. If the best option at running back truly is Monty, you're just holding George Pickens.
Yeah, completely agree. Milk God sending away Ashton Jesse George Pickens for Jonathan Taylor.
I don't have a strong opinion on this. It's a 10-team start 7.
He's stuck on getting these two. Wait, he's stuck on getting these two?
Like he really wants those guys.
Right, he wants those guys. Yeah, sure.
So if you lose Genty and Pickens, you still have
Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall.
I don't know.
No, wait. Did this already?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I don't see Pickens on. Oh, no. Sorry. He's just very last. Gosh, I can't believe Zay Flowers is higher than George Pickens right now.
Yeah. I don't understand that. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
I got to adjust that. I don't know why that shows that way. That's my bad. Look. You're not far off. I think you need to find another piece to add in. Can he give you Jalen Warren if you give him back like a Tajay or something? You got to find some middle ground here because I'm not in love with it at the moment. Weighty Skyscraper sending away Rice for Nico. I don't have a strong opinion on this, honestly. Rice is a part of the better offense. Nico should do much better after the bye, but we can't really promise that.
Yeah, I agree.
And I haven't really updated my rankings of Rashee Rice. This is last week. I had him at wide receiver 10. Let's get a consensus in the chat. Who do you guys want rest of the year? Nico has less to contend with, but the offense is not as good.
This is a tough one. I mean, once again, it's one of those things where, like, I love Rashee Rice. You've been holding on to him the whole time. Are you really upgrading to a Nico Collins right now based off how he's performing? But you can't go higher than that, right? Like, you can't go and get the JSNs of the world, unfortunately. So, like, I guess it's more in the sense of if you have Rice and you're above 500 and you have time to wait, would you rather have Emeka and Buka or Rashee Rice? I don't think right now Rashee Rice is higher than Nico. It's just an even deal. When in reality, should we try and get a higher player if possible?
Look, only 16 people have voted in the chat, so let's get some more votes there. Who do you guys want rest of season? The hard part is, we haven't seen it from Rashee, but Nico, he has a great matchup this week, but he has not been the superstar you wanted him to be yet either.
Yeah.
One game over 20 points. And every other game under 16 or less. The target share is what's so confusing for Nico. 3 of his 5 games, it's been 6 or less targets. That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
And that shows a real trend of like change. I know there were some changes in their offense and their play calling and stuff. I truly could see this going either way. The benefit for Nico is he's already had his bye. But you're 4-2, so you don't really need to worry about that. I think I'm going Rashee Rice. 75% of the chat is saying Rashee Rice.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going Rashee as well. But here's the thing, like Nico, there's nothing that will happen this week outside of an injury to Nico where his value vanishes. Rashee Rice's value could plummet if he starts off this week and he's not as involved as people want him to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is something you have to recognize. Like, plummet's the wrong word, but you know, if Rashee comes out here and has 5 targets and has like 8 fantasy points, he will go from like a top 10 wide receiver rest of season to like top 20. People are like, I don't know what it's going to look like anymore. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, just understand there is more risk with Nico, but I have them back to back now. I have Rice at 9, Nico at 10. It's really close, guys. It's really close.
Yeah. Obviously, look, we're going to come out next week most likely and say, well, Rashee Rice had 3 targets out of, 3 targets, only had 3 points, and you're like, oh shit. He's coming in slowly.
You're saying the way fantasy has gone this year, expect the opposite of your expectation.
But exactly. Like,
we don't truly believe that. I truly believe he'll be the number 1. But
yeah, if you have Rashee Rice, I have Rashee Rice, and I'm starting him with confidence. But I'm also have a scenario in my mind where like maybe Rice is not going to have the best game we hope and expected, specifically in his first week of the season, technically, right? So just I would encourage people to keep that in mind as well, just because, it's just going to be a tough one, depending on situations. All right, let's see who else is next. I need to refresh myself and see how many we have.
Are you able to pull up stream mode right now?
I'm refreshing here and see if it's popping up. Don't tell me the site just crashed and then we're answering questions. Let me see if anyone... I know Mason's live right now. Let's see if he is still going. Mason's still going, but I'm not seeing anything.
Okay, we'll just be patient here.
Let me see if the flock, the exchange boys are on right now. Let's see if they're going through it. Let's see.
They seem fine.
They seem fine, but they're on their last. They're like one of their last questions. So let's see if they refresh.
In a second.
I'm going to see. Trying to get to all these questions right before we head off for you guys, because I know it's important for a lot of you guys.
Might have to go through them just manually real quick.
I can't even do them on my end. So they just refreshed. Let's see if it's.
They look like they're struggling too.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's not loading for the FSC boys. Just making sure. I was just going through all my stuff. It looks like I'm going ahead with Kenneth Gainwell and Chase Brown tonight, boys. That's fucking crazy that I'm starting that. Yeah, it looks like FSC is not working as well. So that's okay.
Well, I want to make sure we answer people's questions, though.
I can't see it on the back end, unfortunately. Yeah, we gotta wait and see, unfortunately. Anyways.
Let me see how many questions we have left. We might just have to go through them manually and then answer them again later.
I can't even see them on my end.
Oh, really? Like you can't even see the questions?
I go to advice and it's not popping up.
Right.
So like if you were to open up another, let me do what they did. They just logged out and see if that's gonna help. I don't think it's working for them either. There's some dread head in your lobby. Ooh, ooh.
I saw Bush was trying to log out and log in. I don't know if that worked for him or not. It doesn't look like it.
No.
Sorry, gang.
I'm just signing back in. I logged out.
Okay. So let me just see who's the last person to submit a question here. I think it's your What Hurts.
It's your What Hurts. I saw.
What I'm going to do is If this doesn't pop up, let's start answering some questions in the chat. Let's just give them a second to see if they can re-bring it up. And if they can't, I'm going to give everyone free vouchers who is still waiting from all the way up to your watt hertz. But,
yeah, you know what's funny? Mason just got off a stream as well.
So he's done.
I don't know if he's done or like, I need to see if he said like, yeah, the thing is down type of situation. Hold on. Give me a sec. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah, he had the same thing, and he just completely shut down. Yeah, I think he just stopped. And we can't see who has his last questions, unfortunately. So what we could do is go via the email, all the way up to your watt hertz, and then anyone that has submitted questions that was just gonna pop up there for you guys, we will give you some vouchers for sure. But unfortunately, we won't be able to answer those questions tonight because of the site just went down. Yeah. Anyways. But I'll answer some questions here in the chat, as I know Zach is probably trying to answer some there. Mike, I see it says Golden, Dobbs, or Marks. For me, this would be Woody Marks. I think Romeo Dobbs is really close second there for me. Next one here is better buy low, Pacheco or Chase Brown. I think it's Chase Brown, oddly enough. I think with Joe Flacco, and the more weeks that he gets into this offense, the better it's going to get. And I just don't want Isaiah Pacheco. Mike, start Rice or Brian Thomas. I'm gonna go Rashee Rice. Obviously, we had that conversation earlier. Still gonna be Rashee Rice for us. Ivan says, I got Waddle.
Let's go to Harry real fast. I had a
sure
question in the queue for flex. Play DK tonight or gamble or on Evans. I think you have to play DK. We don't know if Evans is going to play.
Yeah.
If I knew Evans was going to play, it'd be Evans, but we don't know that. Yeah, look, guys, anybody who did submit a question on the Flock site, I'm going to give you guys a free voucher if we weren't able to get to you today. Everyone all the way up until your watt hertz is going to get a free voucher. I apologize. Yeah.
At least it crashed
at the end.
Like at the end.
Closer to the end. I still think we have.
Yeah, and we powered through a lot of those questions, but once again, we apologize for that. And I'm glad that we got through most of them. I think we had about like 6 questions left anyway, so it wasn't too bad. But I hope there was nothing important on the line for those last questions that were still waiting. So,
yeah. Okay, let's answer 5 questions at random, and then we'll do the giveaway. So in order to enter the giveaway, all you got to do is like the stream and type TNF. Right now, we have 37 entries.
I need DK Metcalf get concussion first play of the game.
That's crazy, dude. That's actually crazy.
You know, Aaron Rodgers, maybe he just gets popped. You know, I'm playing against Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf. There's a fantasy god out there that's saying, you know what? You know, Badaki needs some love.
You need help is what you need. That's
so my mic is messed up, by the way, apparently.
No. Okay, let's answer 5 questions at random. Let's start with Gleam, who says Jamar and Caleb Williams for Rice and JCM. If you need help at running back, I'm not opposed to the Rice JCM side of that.
Yeah, I agree. And I wonder who your quarterback is. If Jordan Love is on the waiver wire, Jared Goff for some reason on the waiver wire. I mean, at the moment, Matthew Stafford, Kyler Murray's a waiver wire on the Flock League, Sam Darnold, names like that are currently available. So I'll be okay with some of those guys, unfortunately.
Let's go, Mike. Flex Golden, Dobbs, or Marks. Yeah, Golden and Dobbs you're gonna get wrong every time between the two. I guess I'll lean Dobbs here, but I could see Marks being the best play. Those are all dart throws at this point. Let's answer 3 questions at four more questions at random. Okay, 4 more questions at random. Let's go to Roberto. This is now there'll be 3 left. Flex Dowdle, Monty Vidal, or Keenan. I'm gonna go.
This is where I'll go Keenan Allen. I just feel better on his situation that floor.
Yeah, Keenan and Monty, it's close.
All those grays, man.
Probably go Montgomery. All right, let's answer 3 more questions here. Earthquake says, I made a trade, got AJ McLaurin and Patriots D. I gave away Olave and Jennings, who won. It's a pretty even trade. I'll probably take your side, assuming Terry comes back and can be who he is.
Yep, I'm okay with that.
All right, I'm gonna quick fire through like a couple. Ferguson or Warren. I'm gonna go Warren this week with CD back. Chase Brown or Swift rest of season. Swift.
Yep.
Bill for Chase Brown and Quentin Johnston. I'm on the Bill side. Do I take it?
Bill for Chase Brown and Johnson.
Probably want Bill, but it's close.
I feel like I'm getting QJ, which is nice. And you're getting a running back that, look, the floor is like 9-10 points, so I guess it depends. I like QJ's
Chase Brown's
upside.
Basically Ken Walker, Zach Charbonnet right now, but
yeah,
if Samaje Perine keeps getting more involved, that's frustrating.
I think I just like QJ a lot, so, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I get that. Should I drop T. Higgins for Trey Tucker? I probably would not. Last one we'll do today. Let's go Fez. Got offered Roman Shaheed for Scatterboo and Walker. Shaheed and Walker are kind of not that valuable. Shaheed has to be someone else, dude. I like the deal, but Shaheed has to be someone else.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Get some other player that's a little bit better on his team. All right, guys, let's do this giveaway and call it a night. 46 entries.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck. Let's do a start sit question first.
Here we go.
And then a trade question voucher. Start sit is going to go to Jay Fireball. All you got to do, my friend, is DM me on Discord and send me a screenshot of your YouTube account and tell me your Flock Fantasy username. If you don't have a Flock Fantasy username, then create one for free, but just make sure you use the promo code LAND so I can find you on the back end. Trade question voucher is going to go to, looks like it's Xander, and same exact thing I just said there, Xander, to the previous guy. All right, guys, appreciate you for being here, and we will see you guys on Saturday night. Good luck.
Love.
Whatever you need to happen tonight, I hope it happens for you. Is that right? Saturday?
Saturday night, yes.
Right, okay. See ya.
Love.